Thy brethren shall praise.
And what do Judah mean? He is praised.
Okay.
So Judah is praised by his brethren. All right. And we know here in America, the capital of the world, we are the trendsetters. That is a fact. Openly, we are the trendsetters. I mean, if it wasn't for us rocking Jordans, Jordans would not be popular in America.
I agree with that, but that is not. Anybody could be praised, though.
Yeah, I'm not arguing with that, but we're showing you different attributes. There's more. That's one attribute.
But you gotta. But that's not faithful to the text, though, to say that implies here in America.
Yeah,
but I mean, it's not in Genesis, which is the first one, right?
Genesis 49.
I mean, that's the first book of the Bible, right?
Yes, this Genesis.
So there's no implication of like Babylon or Egypt, right?
Babylon, Egypt,
or whatever the term is. I thought to be people. I'm just saying. So the imply that this is here in America, it would be.
We could be in Africa or Europe. We fit that description. Is what I'm saying. It don't matter. You don't have to be in America to fit that description. I see what you're doing. No, you don't have to be in America to have the description. You could be anywhere.
Okay.
You understand?
So the people, the black people from, and that's in Africa, that's lost. Are they praised?
If they fit the description, yes.
I'm just saying, but that could be. Okay, continue.
All right, so now I see what you say.
I'm just saying, that's a jump. That's a leap of. I'm thinking.
So we're not saying, huh?
I think it's a reach, but.
Yeah, so we're not saying because you are America, you're praised. No.
You're saying, but the people, right?
Yes, the people, yes, the people.
But this stuff says that they're not praised. That we're beat.
These are curses. You got positive attributes and you got negative attributes.
So when were black people praised in America?
When it says praise, it means by the his other brethren, the other tribes. So what we're saying is that the so-called Negroes are praised by the other tribes. That's what we're trying to say. Well, name me a tribe on that sign there. Whether you believe on the sign or not.
I'm according to what y'all say.
No, I'm going to work with common sense, reasoning. On that sign, you see that sign there?
Dominicans don't praise us.
What do you mean? All nations are praised in the rap industry. Who's the main rappers that the other rappers try to mimic?
That's because it's a primarily black thing.
Well, I'm just giving you it's a praise though, right?
Yeah, but okay.
Okay, so that's
a predominated black. That's like basketball. It's mostly black.
Okay, but
Puerto Ricans don't praise us.
It was black. I'm a so-called and I'm from Washington Heights. And you go uptown, the same Dominicans that you think don't praise, so-called Negroes, got their pants sagging, they walk like this, you know what I'm saying? Like they dress like they all dress like each other, you know, and they fed off of that, whatever that spirit is that we don't really mess with. They fed off of it because Judah is. That's what they look to.
They don't look at us as like the leader.
Hold on, all right. See, spiritually. Hold on. Hold on. That's not a reason. But you have to understand. You have to read the Bible in its entirety. So
I read the whole chapter though. I read the first 3 verses.
Let me explain it. Now you asked me, are you challenging me? I'm
reading this myself, right?
Hold on, wait a minute. I'm gonna show you.
Without interpretation. Without you putting your spin on it. I'm just trying to say what it says.
So what you have to understand is, we're just saying about the Dominicans or you mentioned the Dominicans. You mentioned the
I'm just saying because that refutes your argument.
Hold up. Because you got to understand something. During the time of King Solomon, the nation was split. So prophecies have been fulfilled, but then on the negative side, there's a hatred between Judah and Ephraim that's been going on for thousands of years. The 10 tribes, all right? Give me the Right, so you had Judah, Benjamin, and Levi always fighting with the Dominicans, Puerto Ricans, Panamanians, Cubans, always after the Mexicans. You had the Spanish and Black wars back in the Bronx in the 80s. You remember that? All right, so you had blacks and Latinos fighting against each other, having these street wars. All right, the Latin Kings was the Bloods and Crips. So that's the negative aspect. I can touch on that too, but you gotta give me time and let me touch on everything. I know what you're saying.
Everything.
All right.
Time for that. We gotta expedite it. Thy hand should be on the neck of thine enemies. How?
Yeah, read it from the top again.
How is that reality here in America?
I'm gonna do line by line.
Oh yeah, we just read the first one. Read the second part.
Hold on, but I want to have an understanding. The word Judah means praise.
Got you.
And Judah as a tribe is praised by all 11 tribes.
Okay, which is not happening right now, but it's okay. You
It
said
is happening. Sports, football, basketball, soccer. All right. What else? Dancing. Michael Jackson. Everybody love Michael Jackson.
that's not all of us. Those are individual people.
How do you explain the fact that, like what he just said, that so-called Black Americans wear their pants sagging? All the so-called Spanish tribes, when they come here, they do the same thing. They wear their hat a certain way. They try to rap a certain way. How do you explain that?
Same thing white people do.
No, but the white man doesn't. But we know who the white man is.
That's what I'm
The white
saying.
man is. When it says Judah, it's talking about within the nation. The white man is not in the nation. When what you're reading, you do know that that's talking about the 12 tribes of Israel, right?
Okay.
But the white man is not a part of the 12 tribes. So he's negate.
But I'm saying it's the same action, though.
But it's not. But what you said you're going to read it in the content that you're reading it in, right? In that content, the subject matter is what will befall the 12 tribes of Israel, and it's going through each tribe one at a time. So the white man, Chinese, East Indians,
it's not relevant.
right?
I get it.
Yeah, so that's why. The problem is you're not understanding who Judah is and who Simeon is.
I mean, I get it.
From what we're saying.
But if this is true, you're saying that all these other tribes are praising or to praise or supposed. Are they doing that now, or is that a prophecy? Is what you're saying?
They're doing it now and in the past.
But that's not. I don't think that's accurate.
In the 70s, you gotta know the history. 60s, yeah, 60s, 70s. You gotta know about the Black Panthers, the Black Stone
Nobody
Rangers.
praised them. I mean, we appreciated them.
The so-called Latino people, they started doing their own stuff, and they was following the Black Panthers, the Black Stone Rangers. You gotta know the history, son. You gotta know the history.
But that's the same thing. I get that, right?
Okay.
I respect that, right?
I get that.
Okay. So if we have, if you do the same thing that white people.
But what? But you just said.
Wait. I don't know. I'm
That's
not
the same.
I'm just saying.
Now you're coming out the
No. If you do the same thing to white people, if it's the exact same thing,
Right.
We'll call it gentrification or cultural appropriation. Let's just say it's cultural appropriation, right?
Okay.
Just to be on the same right? If they do the same thing, Dominicans, Latino, whatever, any race does that.
Right.
It's just a different color.
No, but you're out of it. But you said.
Oh,
you
I'm
said,
saying it's the same act. Oh, we're saying
But it's the same
because
act.
they have a different ethnicity. It means praise.
It's the same act. It's the same act, but it's outside of the tribes, though. It's the same act.
So that's like saying if a white person raped my mom and Haitian rapes my mom. You're saying it's not rape if a Haitian does it.
No, I'm not saying that.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Cultural appropriation is cultural appropriation. It don't mean more or different.
But listen, but you're in the chapter you're reading, it's about the 12 tribes of Israel.
I get that.
And we're not denying
You're not denying what you're saying.
We're not saying you're
But
wrong.
that's not praise. All I'm saying though, if they do the same thing, if cultural appropriation from white people
It's not
is
cultural
not praise.
appropriation.
Wait, it's how they
That's
praise
it.
us. If they praise us the same way, because we mentioned the Jordans, right? Everybody wears white people. I see more white people with Jordans.
But they not. But the white people, Chinese, they do that. But in the subject matter you're reading,
Right.
If it's like
only
if me and you was brothers, we raised by the same brother, mother and father, right? And these are our brothers too. And we do things the same, that's among us.
Right.
White man just can't walk in and say, I do it too.
Right.
He can't. We talking about us, a family.
And no sense to go outside and do it, and you can have neighbors copy you. But it's not about them, it's about those
It's the
sons.
same thing. So if the Latinos copy black people in the same way that white people copy black people,
yes.
It's not praise. That's what I'm trying to say. That's not praise.
It is praise. Why
So is it praise if white people do it?
No, and white people do what?
It's
Copy us?
appropriation. Is that praise?
To them, praising them or praising us?
Regardless.
It's praise for us.
Can white people do reggaeton like the Latin tribes? Like can they do the Spanish rap like the Latin tribes do? Can the white people do that?
Try to do it.
But they
Probably not well.
Right, but
I can't do it.
like you take the reggaeton, that is a big genre right next to rap and hip hop. You know it because it's in the rap and hip hop, right? So we can do that. We can rap in Spanish. We can do that. They can't do that. The other nations can't do what we do. That's where the praise comes from. We can do what Judah does. Take the Latin tribe, we can do that. But can the other nations do that? No, because they'll fail. Miserable.
So is that the same thing as praise? Just because you copy or appropriate or whatever it is, whoever's doing it.
Maybe the definition of praise. Maybe we're seeing that the wrong way. Maybe we're not seeing. When I say praise, I mean almost to almost like to glorify in a sense, or to admire as well. Understand? In a biblical sense, like spiritually, they praise Judah as far as the Most High mainly dealing with that tribe. So we're bringing that, we're relating that to the tribes basically following the footsteps of Judah. That's what we say. We say praise. Maybe that's
saying, okay.
But then in another sense, with our talents and our spirits, there's praise there too. You understand? Maybe it's the word praise that's throwing everything off. I'm just saying, like for example, the Most High said as a whole, we shall be the salt of the earth. What does that mean? That we give flavor and energy and spirit in sight of the whole earth, to the point that if we wasn't here, man, this earth would be dead. Imagine there was no blacks or Hispanics in America. How would America be? If we never existed in this country, just like white man, what's that? It'd be dead. It'd be dead. Even in Europe, the jazz experience and everything.
Music and culture.
I'm just giving you a salt of the earth.
Education too. Education as well.
But without us, we are the children of the Most High. We have that spirit. So in a sense, they praise and look up to us in that sense too. The other outside of Israel I'm talking about. You understand? So I'm just trying. Maybe it's the word praise that's kind of we have me bumping heads with. So maybe that's the issue right here. But when you like he said, he doesn't have enough time to go through everything with you. But when you look at all 12 tribes, all the tribes try to mimic Judah. They try to be like Judah and they follow Judah's lead. As far as our democracy and our rights, who's the main people in this country that was fighting against the white man for human rights, as far as blacks and Hispanics on that time? Black people. Then you had the Hispanics.
And they weren't shipped in here.
What's that?
They weren't shipped in here.
That's not the point. They oppress. And they oppress. And after a while, they start their own movement.
Because
Puerto Rican started a movement.
Everybody doesn't go to Irish people did that here.
Okay, Irish people, but they're not our people though.
I'm just saying, but oppression is oppression. I get what you're saying, but oppression. If you have conditions that need oppression, people will respond. That's what I'm trying to say.
Irish did not do nothing with us. It was the so-called Blacks and Latino that worked together.
I get what you're saying. I'm just saying as far as group economics and group, you know what I'm saying, trying to get rights, anybody who's oppressing the system to do that. It's not a black thing or a white thing.
All right, so continue reading on before you go.
Verse 8, Judah, thou art he who thy brethren shall praise. Thy hand shall be in the neck of thy enemy.
Thy hand should be in the neck of thy enemy. So the head represents leadership of power. All right, so the leadership and power is where? America, so-called white man. All right, our hand should be in the neck of thy enemy, meaning we're here right next to the head. All right, we're in his politics, we're in his sports. Wherever the white man set up, the black man's right next to him, competing against him. Even Barack Obama was president a couple of years ago. All right, so you got
he's not one of us.
Yeah, he's not. You're right, he's not one of us. But he is seen as one of us. He's not. He
don't count. So
he doesn't count. All right, so you got other politicians.
Name a prominent black politician.
Jesse Jackson's
not a
son.
politician. He's in jail.
He in jail now?
He's been in jail.
No, his son.
The son. He's been in jail for years. Oh, he out?
Oh, he's out.
Well, he don't count. He's in prison.
But he was in
Kwame
Congress.
Kilpatrick from Detroit in prison.
In prison, but they was there.
Point is, we always at the enemy's neck. Judah's always at the enemy's neck.
And you have a lot of black politicians in government right now.
That are in the neck of the enemies?
Yes, you got a lot of black politicians. A lot of black congressmen. A lot.
They sellouts, but
yeah.
they in there.
Yeah. You see them on top. What's that? That Jay from, he's a mayor in Newark.
Cory Booker.
Newark.
Cory Booker.
And he's running. Oh, that's him.
Cory Booker, but he's a sellout. He's in Wall Street's pocket.
And then you had another mayor in New Orleans.
And you got what's this chick up? Well, that's not Judah though. It's
Benjamin. Kamala Harris.
Right in AOC, but she's not Judah. Ephraim. But there's a lot of politicians just among our people in there, but they not. They sellouts.
But none of them are in the neck of the enemy.
Yeah, I agree. But the ones who you had certain men that I'm outside of politics. I don't even use politics. I'm saying as far as attacking the enemy as a Black Panther Party and the Keystone Rangers and things of that nature. a lot of us has been at the hands of at the enemy in their neck. You know what I'm saying? All the way back from slavery, Nat Turner. Always in their neck. When you're in somebody's neck, you making their life miserable. So you have people that made the white man, because that's the enemy. Do you acknowledge that's the enemy?
So what do you
acknowledge that's the enemy?
I don't think they're this enemy, but that's
so what enemy could it possibly be
that's
then?
a whole other thing.
No, but I'm asking you, what enemy could it possibly be then?
That has to be, I mean, whoever is opposing, you know.
Let me ask you a question, Sean.
Right.
Let me ask you a question. When he went into who the Jews are, you agree that the blacks in this country are the Jews?
No, I don't agree
See,
with that.
that's a problem.
I'm not, you're not proving it to me. So I can't say I agree with it. I'm taking your logic.
But you believe in the Bible, right? And you believe they were Jews that's written in the Bible, right? You believe that Jews once walked this earth. It's written about in the Bible. Who do you think they are
I don't think
today?
anyone's trying to, that no one has a malintent.
That's the problem.
I think you're refusing not to know. I think you're
I'm just saying, I take your logic, but what I'm saying is based off of this.
So-
If I take your logic to say that Jews are black people, then thy hand should be in the neck of thy enemies, right? I don't really see that happening today. As far as if you're saying it means that we are
Let me ask you a question. Then he went to Luke 1:16 earlier.
yeah,
During the time of Christ, who was the enemy of the Jews?
Romans.
The Romans. And who are the enemy? Are the white people today? Are most of them the descendants of the Romans today?
Most of them are the descendants of the Romans today.